Hello, my name is Leroy Blevins. Welcome to Mysteries and Histories. In this episode here, what I want to do is talk about a few other cases that people's been asking me my opinions on and stuff. Because for the past few months, I've been getting a lot of emails from people asking me what my opinions on either this case or that case. Like DB Cooper. What's my opinion on him, and Lizzie Borden and Amelia Earhart and the Black Dahlia. You know, I would like to give a good opinion on this. I never did fully get into these cases here because, as a simple fact, I was working on other cases as well. But there has been people that asked me, years ago to work on this case or that case, and I would actually love to work on those cases. But like I said, when it comes to doing research, it takes a lot of money, and I don't have the funding, and I'm not like a lot of these other researchers, because these other researchers, they have backers and everything else that funds them and everything else to do their research, and I'm not in that position for someone to back me and do the research and stuff. Because like if I was working on the Lizzie Borden case, okay, I would have to get all the files, all the documents and everything else into the case, and I would have to travel there and look over the scene and stuff. I mean, I do have some things up in the air that I was working on when I looked over some of the stories and stuff like that, but I don't usually mention anything about it until I got definite proof and definite answers to present, as everybody knows in my case, when I do my research. But yes, I would love to work on cases like, Lizzie Borden, which here's one image. This is Lizzie Borden right here, and this is her mother, and that's her father. And this is a full image of the murder scene. I mean, you can get a lot of details from this. I mean, this guy over here, honestly, the way they took the picture looks like he's a ghost, but he's not a ghost. Okay, now, hopefully someone sees this image and don't say, hey, look at there, there's a ghost pit. This is not a ghost, it's just the way they took it. He's actually a real person. It's not a ghost or anything like that. But, I could see some things in here, and I read a little bit of the story of, what Lizzie Borden said and everything else, and all this is just for me to do a thorough investigation. I would have to get all that information and more that they have on files and go over the crime scene, okay, and look for certain things I always look for when I do cases, when I do my research as well. Okay, so for me to do something like this, I would have to actually go there and everything else, which costs money for transportation and room, and then trying to get cameraman to go with you so you can take all the images that you need and filming, and it costs a lot of money. Okay, I'm not no production company, okay, which is like A&E or something. If A&E want to sponsor me or do a show on these cases and stuff, I can do it. Or if like um, History Channel, okay. But I don't look for them to be coming to me to say, hey, won't you do a TV program on these cases and trying to put, the evidence there and solve these cases. I could probably solve them, okay, as you see in my past research and stuff, like, I already discovered Noah's Ark, the location of the Garden of Eden, discovered true bloodline of the Bigfoot. I debunked the Patterson Game of Bigfoot film. I went ahead and I worked on the Zodiac Killer. I found a way to read his letters on who he is. And everybody knows my JFK assassination research and the evidence I've uncovered in that case. Okay, I can do a lot if I had the time and the funds to do it, but I don't have that kind of backing that needs to be done to do the work in these cases the proper way. Okay, just like when people sit there and ask me about, DB Cooper. Okay, there's some speculations around that they found out who actual DB Cooper is and all this other stuff. But again, it's speculations. Whereas the evidence at, don't tell me that you made a discovery and that this, and then all of a sudden they're going to say, well, we're not going to tell you right now. We're going to put it in this documentary film, or we're going to put it in a book so you can read it. You know, if you have the evidence, like I always say, you have the evidence, show me. But people ask me about this, and for me to figure this out, I would have to get all the information again. I would have to go to the location, supposedly in the area where he dropped, get all the flight patterns and everything else, and get all that in detail to find exactly what happened to him. Same thing when it goes for Amelia Earhart as well. I would have to go through the records and everything else and go, because usually, like I said, if you're going to do a case, you have to get the proper documents, the full documents. You can't sit there and just go into a case and say, well, let me go up on the net and look this up, because all you're going to hear is theories. That's all you're going to hear, as I'll point out in my JFK assassination case. Okay, all you're going to do is hear people talking about this or about that, or telling their theories or one thing or another, and point at this location, that location and stuff. Is just confusing. To do a proper and a right way investigation into a case, you would have to get the original documents, original images, and original flight plans and everything else. You have to get all of this, okay, so you can pinpoint a location, so you can pinpoint, what really took place that day and everything else. You have to do it the proper way, okay. You have hundreds of researchers doing, we'll take the Lizzie Borden case. You have 100 different researchers out there saying this and saying that, just like D.B. Cooper. You have this researcher saying this researcher saying that, and Amelia Earhart. You have this researcher saying this, you have this researcher saying that, you got this guy wrote a book, you got this guy wrote a book, you got this document, that's just confusing, okay, because none of the stories are matching up, okay, none of the stories are matching up. They got their theories, that's all it is working on theories, okay. The type of research, I don't work on theories, okay. There could be a theory up, but if you find the evidence to back up that theory, then it's no longer a theory, it's now pure evidence. Okay, you will have certain things go through your mind when you think and when you do an investigation, okay. But like I said, I want to make this video here because I've been getting emails a lot lately of asking me my opinion on this case, that case. I'm not going to say or give out opinions on other people's research, okay. I never do that, and I don't give my opinions on certain cases if I never fully investigated them, because like I said, when I do my investigations, okay, I'll post what I find when I do an investigation, okay, and my findings and stuff, but I'm not going to sit there and come to you and say, well, I think this person did, or I think that person did it, without going over all the facts, without going over all the evidence, okay, because all that's going to do is just add more to the claims that's already been out there, all these false claims as well. Like I said, if A&E came to me, or Discovery Channel came to me, or History Channel came to me and says, hey, Mr. Blevins, I would like to have a true program out, a reality program, a real reality program, I should say, unscripted and everything else. Would you like to do these types of investigations and stuff like that, and research stuff? I'll say, yeah. Or if I had a backer comes and says, hey, I want to, back you in your research, and let's go for these cases and stuff and get them on film and stuff, that way everybody can see it. I think it would be a good show for me, to be honest with you, if they actually start putting these cases, not only these cases here, okay, as you see in my videos stuff, Trevor Dealey, I was looking in that case for a little bit. Someone asked me to look over that footage and stuff of that time period, and I looked over it and stuff, and it really bothers me because the family doesn't have no answers. And like I said, you see cases like this, we hear this all TV and stuff like that. We don't hear the other cases, like missing persons and everything else like that, and murder cases and stuff that's unsolved because, they didn't do something big, okay? The crime wasn't that big as you would see, like the Black Dahlia, okay? Okay, she was known and everything else, and, everything. This one makes that murder case so popular, basically. But you take an ordinary day person, they look at that and that ain't nothing to them. But to me, it's something, okay? Like I said, you could do your investigations, research on stuff like this, but also, take, certain towns and certain cities and certain countries and, look into those cases as well, because You want a reality program, that'd be a good reality program right there. Not only you do research and investigations into the top cases, as talked about all over the net and TV and everything else, but you also take on investigations into, you know, local crimes, and different cities and everything else, and find answers for them. Because not only your TV program is going to be true, but you're helping the family. Basically, you got to look at this way: you're helping the family getting the answers that they've been looking for all this time. So I just want to put this out there, to make this video. I don't want to make it a long, real long video and stuff like that because, I would love to do this type of research, but I don't have the funding to do it. Okay. And I hate to say it that way because, these cases are never going to be solved. Okay. And I guess that's why the reason why people keeps on asking me my opinion in this, or have I ever looked into this? Why don't I look into this, case or that case? Because, they want to know the truth on that story, and kind of feel bad because I don't have the funding to do the investigations for these cases. And I would love to do the investigation for these cases and a lot more so I could find the answers for the people. But like I said, now at this point in time, okay, I've done my investigation, what I had, okay, and I had the money to cover them. Now I don't have no more money to do all that stuff, and I hate keep on using that term money, okay, because everybody knows it's not about the fame, it's not about the glory, it's not about the money to me, okay, but in reality and realistic, to do an investigation and doing research and everything else, it does cost money. Okay, you got time, you got to pay. You go this location, that location, you got to pay to get copies of these files and get copies of this and copies of that. Everything you turn around and do today, costs money. You walk down the street, it costs you money. How's it cost you money? If you're walking down the street and you have no money in your pocket, what they're going to say? Okay, they're going to get you for loitering. Okay, so no matter which way you turn, everything revolves around that paycheck, basically. But I just want to make this video here to let everybody know that I would love to do these cases. I would like to give you my opinion on them, but I really cannot give you an opinion on it because I don't want more false claims going out there or speculations, and I don't want no more theories out there because there's enough as it is. Okay, because all it's going to do is hurt the case. It's not going to solve the case. I would do the investigations if I had the funds to do it for the people, and give them the answers and stuff. But at this point, I can't. So I want to make this video and clear this up, in case somebody else out there wants to email me and says, hey, what about this case? Okay, when you watch this video, please understand that I don't like giving opinions out or put out another theory because there's too much of that already going around. That's why a lot of these cases are so messed up and why they still have them unsolved, because of all the false accusations, all the claims that's made, and all the theories are out there, and the false stories are told. It just messes up the whole case. So, like I said, I just want to make this video and clear some of that stuff up. Thank you for the emails. I do appreciate it. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, I would love to give you my opinions on this kind of stuff or these kind of cases or other cases. But like I said, I don't want to put out more false information unless I know that it's true and it's a fact. Thank you. Don't forget to tell your friends about us. Don't forget the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Share this video with others. Share all my other videos with others, family members, friends. Share my videos and stuff on social medias, Facebook, Twitter, anywhere. So everybody knows this information because everybody deserves to know the truth. That's my motto. Everybody deserves to know the truth. Thank you and have a pleasant, pleasant day.